Yes.
Yes.
So we're not doing it. This is us not doing it.
This is us not doing it.
I'm not surprised.
There is no way that you can hold the Minnesota Chorale back from loving you
Yes.
and cherishing you and paying tribute to all that you have given us these many years. And I've already had personal sessions with Barb where I've told her about how much I appreciated her mentorship and guidance when I first started, and she helped groom me for this job and has advised me and counseled me all along the way.
See, I don't get that, but anyway.
Think of all of our late night phone conversations or early morning phone conversations. But you also just know every single person in this room, and you know them individually, and you know about their children and their parents, and you know their birthdays and their dogs and their cats, and you take the time to connect with people in a very special way, in addition to all of the work that you've done for the Chorale. But I think that when we call ourselves a family, it's because you have helped really nurture and build that sense of relationship between us. So Dick has a little song that he wants to sing to you. Do you want to tell them about it?
A little bit. I was touched by Kathy's email as well, so I really took a few minutes and just put her words together with some music, and I composed a song. It's called An Ode to Barb Lundervold. Barbara, oh Barbara, Barb Lundervold. She remembers all our names and faces, I've been told. How many times, oh yes, she would always know the answers to our many questions, bless her soul. The birthdays, anniversaries, and yes, the passings, oh, as personnel manager, it's hard to let her go. She says we've been her shelter in the troubled storm, but she's always quiet on certain waters on her own. Her detailed email half notes and constant diplomacy, her patience, grace, and love are always there to see. We will miss her skill and passion, commitment and loyalty, her constant attention to detail and insightful memory. Oh Barb, we all will miss you, your sweet personality. However, can we find another to be so extraordinary? So thank you, Barb, from all of us. We feel so gratefully. The best to you in your pursuits. We love you, Barb, in all sincerity. Yes, we love you, Barb, in all sincerity.
Does my family believe all of that? Are you listening?
And there's the words in there for you.
That's very sweet, Dick. Thank you so much.
Are the chords in there too? Let me just take a shot of that.
Yeah, you can take yes, just take a picture with your phones, and then you've got it. And we've got many cards that are in the other room, but we also, as a Chorale family, want to give you a vacation package.
Oh
my gosh.
And we are assembling.
We want to get rid of it.
No, I know that you don't take many vacations. And so when I thought about something special to do for you and your family, I thought that maybe we could assemble something where you could be together with them, away from work, and just enjoy the time together. So that is coming from the Chorale, and many, many people have contributed to make it happen. So I just want you to know.
Okay.
Okay. And you know what? It's okay if you cry. Because Barb, think about how many times I've cried in rehearsal. Yeah.
I told her this is what I would do, so Those of you who are kind of my age remember that song, It's My Party and I'll Cry If I I think she lost her boyfriend, but I didn't lose my boyfriend. I lost something. Well, I didn't lose you.
No, you didn't.
Actually, I asked, Bob was going to write to you and tell you that I'm not really gone. And I've talked to a couple of you about that.
She's staying.
No, you won't see me all the time, but those who do holiday heralds and those fringe things, they asked me if I'd keep working on those a little bit, so I can do that. And I might be in the audience once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Or all the time.
So as long as we have Heidi and Ryan here, we would love to hear one Barb Lundervold story, not related to the Chorale.
Oh, and this is Kira, and this is Drake, and this is my dad, and that's Teresa and Dale Olson drove all the way from Fargo, my niece and nephew, and that was a surprise. My gosh, you know. So I told him my house. I said, "Where are you staying?" My house isn't guest ready.
Target field.
Ryan, do you have a story you could share?
I don't have a particular story, but just a lot about how you know my mom. She works so hard for this. She cares so much about you guys that, you know, I don't know you personally, but I know you all. And she makes me super proud of her. And she just cares about everyone.
You know, I'm at most everything, and I did take one day off. When he was born on a Sunday, so I had to take one day off. I wasn't at that rehearsal the next day. I said, I've got to go. They said, you can't. I said, I can leave him there. I'll be back. So, but the girls, they all know. Monday nights, they knew they could never ask me to do anything.
Yeah. Any story from you?
Well, just how dedicated she is, you know, and I'm gonna cry because I'm just like her. But you know, we were all in sports in high school, and we'd be in college or married off, and here she'd be at the stands at the high school. You know, she doesn't even know anybody, but she's still, you know, connected to the sport, or you know, just she's one of the most committed people I know. So
now we have the next generation too.
Yeah,
I just love you all. That's why. I'm not really ready to go, but I will. I mean, there are other things to do too. So
we're excited to have her a little bit more.
So Ryan told me, you know, Heidi and her family lived with me for a year while they were building their house. And the two big dogs. Ryan told on Mother's Day they were talking, and Ryan told me that Heidi said, I lived with her, and I saw, you know, she would get up in the morning and go to work, and then she'd come home, and then she'd go to Chorale, and then she'd come home at 10:30, and then she'd go to bed, and then she'd get up the next day, and
so she's not human.
Or the next 4 hours. It was like 4 hours. She only slept 4 hours. So Heidi's specific quote was, "I'm pretty sure she's a robot." She worked so hard for all of you guys, and I know that you appreciated her, and we appreciate everything she's done for us. And with the little grandkids, she dedicates so much time to them too, and you know, it means a lot to all of us that you guys would do something like this for her, and she deserves it.
Yes, she does.
Well, I love you.
So I do have to acknowledge the fact that this is all my fault because now she works for me. And so I apologize to all of you because she's dedicating the time with us.
Yeah.
Thank you all very
Thank
much.
you guys.
Well, we want to just raise our glass and say,
Cheers.
cheers to Barb.
Cheers to Barb.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much for
Obvious, yeah, I mean, talk about a big fat chapter in my life. 41 years, but this last page has been really hard to turn, and so, but I'm not that far away. And
we're going to be seeing you.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, some people have I mean, so many people, and I'm trying to, if you wrote to me, I'm trying to respond personally, but I told Lola what she wrote to me. I said, well, I won't frame it, but but I am going to keep it. I'm going to copy a lot of, some people, I just didn't know how you were thinking about a lot of things and how I was involved in any of that. And even Tom, you just wrote like one sentence, but it was meaningful. He said something about that I was woven into the fabric of the chorale, and that seems
True.
I feel that was very nice. Okay, that's it.
So as long as I have you all captive,
Yeah, so in just a couple of years, the chorale is going to celebrate its 50th anniversary. And, there was when Barb shared her decision with me and Kathy that she was going to step aside, there was a big part of me that was like, I wanted to talk you out of it, because it's like, just hold on for 3 more years and we're going to have this 50th thing. But it's like, I totally respect that you were making a choice that you felt you had to make, and we wanted to, be respectful of that and honor that. And so the 50th is going to happen, and the conversations that we've had since you communicated with us, the idea that you can hold on to some discrete parts of what you have been doing all this time, the holiday heralds, as you mentioned, and the naturalization ceremonies, and the getting us all together to sing the anthem for the sports events.
I've got other ideas too.
Good. And so, what's so great about that is that you'll still be able to keep a hand in what's going on around here, and that's really valuable to have that steadiness at a time when so much is changing all the time. And in so many ways, Barb, you've been the institutional memory for the chorale, and the conscience of the chorale, and the heart and soul of what we do. It may be about the art and the music making, but it's about singing together as a family and caring about each other. And you've been at the absolute heart of that. And there aren't words that can say that strongly enough, or thank you deeply enough. And there isn't a present that we can possibly give you that matches what you've given to this organization. So thank you, and we're blessed that you're willing to keep a hand in it to help us.
Well, thank you very much, and all the kind words. I told Kathy, I told one other person this, and I can't remember who it was, but I said, in all of this, when I first told Bob and Kathy, I couldn't even meet with them. I had to email it to them. So that was like, a bolt of lightning coming down on them. They had no clue. And then I said, but don't say anything to anybody. Although Kathy told Patrick, I found that out later.
family secrets.
The only reason I know that is that we were meeting, and she was, kind of finding out, what do you do? She was writing it on her tablet, and then I came. So then she said, Barb, we got to do something for you, And I said, I don't want that, And finally she should be a lawyer. She finally talked me out. I said, okay, an open house, casual, fine. I think I can do that. So I came in and I told Patrick, I said, well, I just want you to know Kathy's going to invite 240 singers and their spouses and all the alums from the chorale and my family all over to your house on June 9th. And he laughed. But what I told Kathy, I said, in the course of all of this, some has been so poignant, and so, the things that you've written and done and already, I said, it feels like I have died and gone to heaven. And because it's kind of like I've stepped back, but we're all still here. I haven't gone to heaven, and I haven't died, but it's like that, because in a way it's, and this is one of those life things too, where it is a little bit like a death. I have gone through some of those things, I've gone through the sadness and the questioning, did I do the right thing? I knew that I could maybe change my mind if I wanted to, but just all those emotions. But I just thought, in a way, it's like all the nice things that we write when people do die, you know. So keep your notes when I do die. Then you don't have to come up with some new ones then. Okay. But I don't feel like I'm going to do that. This is my 95-year-old dad, so.
Yeah. You're done good.
So I got good genes, so I'll be here for a while.
Yay.
And I'll help with the 50th. So.
May I
Yes,
say,
we're counting on that.
may I say that when I heard the news, immediately to mind came an award that was given on a tour that I was on at one point. And you will be happy to know that I did not stop at the butcher on the way. They gave at the end of the tour a rib cage award to the person who held everything together. So the image of a rib cage of a pig or something like that.
That's one I hadn't really thought about.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter.
But you are. I mean, you have been the rib cage for this group, holding everything together.
I get it.
And I'm worried about that thread somebody was talking about, because you pull that thread and we know what happens to the garment.
I think it works better in German.
And I do want to say that there is a lot of food in here, and you must take it home with you. Before you leave, make sure you take your bowls and your utensils and your wines. And I'm so grateful to all of you for reaching out. Again, this shows the incredible love that we all hold for Barb in terms of just coming together and celebrating her and paying tribute to her. And again, you're not going away, you're just changing kind of parts of what you're doing. So you're connected to us, and now you'll be with Ryan, Heidi, and their family a little bit more, which I know you also want.
And representing our family, I have to say it, Barb, we drove 250 miles today. Teresa, my wife, is Barbara's niece. It's hard to say niece sometimes, but I thought of all the drives we made from Minot to Minneapolis, and we watched our kids grow up together, and now grandchildren. And I have to say this, Barb, I was a city boy that married the farm girl, and I was lost. I was lost in a lot of respects when I came to family. And they talk about the fabric that makes a team, and I love you a lot. You brought me into your family, and it still exists today, and we're very proud to be here, Barbara. Thank you.
I want us to remember John Bassett, and I'm going to quote him as we finish here. I say, we're all talking about love, and you know, it's about the music, and you do it beautifully, and I've enjoyed that too, and learning from Kathy and from all of our conductors, and learning about the different things that we sing. But love, if I didn't love you and doing this, I wouldn't have been here for 41 years. It comes down to that, and what John said is that he and I will be stepping back and away, but you sing on.
Sing on.
Sing on.
I
And
wish
go
we
eat.
could sing something. I'm just trying to think of what that would be. Any ideas?
right now?
What?
Happy birthday. We do happy birthday really well.
We do.
How can I keep from singing?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, do we know that? My life goes on. And then the song? Okay. I think that, let's start over.
You choose the key.
Okay, everybody that isn't a singer,
Endless song
okay, we found a key. We need a conductor. Oliver Goldsmith wrote a book. She's an alum, and it's all about the chorale, and it's called
Actually, it's called How Can We Keep from Singing?
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for coming and for everything, and I'll see you.
Yes.
I have a lot of luncheons and stuff scheduled starting tomorrow, I think. Oh, Ryan, I'm going out to lunch.
Well, eat, drink, and be merry. There is lots of food yet and wine, and you want to have some conversations with Barb one-on-one. She is here for another hour and a half or so, right? Yeah. Good. Thank you again for coming.
Pretzel.